like men. I like girls. Hate men. I get lesbians. This isn't a joke.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Velocity, where today Tommyinnit is in trouble again. Are we surprised? Are we seriously surprised that Tommyinnit is in trouble with Twitter again? Because of course it's Twitter, because why wouldn't it be Twitter? Something's gone wrong, it's definitely Twitter criticizing. And I'm sure everyone is sick and tired of hearing about, oh, Tommyinnit's done something, he's done something again, something slightly bad. But no, today there are actually 3 things that they are annoyed at him for. That's right, they're ramping it up. They're no longer just getting annoyed about, the occasional tidbit. Now they're listing them. So why the hell is Tommyinnit in trouble? There's a few reasons, and I'll get into this first one. So the first reason why Tommy is apparently being cancelled or being criticized on Twitter is because him and Tubbo met up and went to a park, and a bunch of fans turned up. I'm not sure if Tommy told them to come or if they just showed up, but there was a reasonably sized group of people. And I mean, in fairness, I can't imagine that Tommy told people to turn up, because looking at this group of people here, you would expect a lot more people if Tommyinnit had said something like, this is the guy who can pull 300,000 live viewers for a stream. So there definitely would be a few more people if he'd encouraged it, I think, but people weren't happy about it. So in case you didn't know, the UK is actually sort of halfway through easing lockdown restrictions. At the minute, we're in a tier where you can meet up to 6 people outside. That is the rule, and chance of transmission outside is super low. You can't meet people inside. But in this photo seems to be a few more than 6 people, so they're clearly bending the rules a little bit. Whether this was on purpose or whether these people just turned up, it's kind of difficult to say, because obviously Tommyinnit and Tubbo have such a draw to them that if they just show that they're anywhere, people are gonna turn up. Like, they can't really stop that happening. But I did see this tweet saying, that was irresponsible as frick. There were more people there than at my grandfather's funeral. I get wanting to make content, but all the meetups and staying over, it's unsafe. Just because you're a content creator doesn't mean you're immune. Stay at home. So obviously this was in reference to the fact that Tommy and Tubbo met up and a load of people turned up. And it's actually a valid criticism. This one is fair enough. If you are annoyed at a creator for meeting up during COVID, I don't think you can really criticize that. But I think you have to bear in mind that in the UK, the rules are relaxed a bit more. While it was still technically against the rules, him and Tubbo are allowed to meet up. They are allowed to be with each other. It is legal. And in the UK, COVID cases are actually super low at the minute. Like, if you look at the stats, the UK's been in lockdown for quite a while, and the vaccine rollout's been going really well, so COVID really isn't as much of a worry as it was, say, 3 or 4 months ago, and it kind of makes sense that Tommy and Tubbo would meet up now of all times. Like, granted, if they had done it, like, 3 or 4 months ago, totally fair. You can criticize them, you can say whatever you like, but really, the risk is minimal at this point. I did also see this tweet which said, I'm ticked too. I haven't been able to go to anyone's house since March 2020. I have to wear a mask for 6 hours a day and do 2 COVID tests a week, yet they go into each other's houses and meet up like that. What makes them so special? Which, again, sort of valid criticism, fair enough if that's something that annoys you, but just bear in mind that in the UK, it's really not that bad. Like, in the UK, the risks are way, way lower than they used to be. And, I can vouch, I am from the UK, believe it or not. So I understand that this is just kind of how it is now. But I can definitely understand how, as a US viewer, you could see this and get really annoyed. But I think for those of you who were concerned about this, it's not as much of a concern as it looks. Like, yes, they did still break the rules. Yes, it was still pretty bad, but it wasn't hugely illegal. It wasn't hugely dangerous. There weren't people being seriously hurt by it. But Tommyinnit also has got himself in some hot water with the Taylor Swift stan community of all people. I know, fearsome people, the Taylor Swift stans, when he tweeted, "What's up, Taylor? It's me, Tommy. If you want to get to Tubbo, you've got to go through me first." And this person replied with, "This dumb," oh, don't want to say those words, "better stay the frick away from Taylor Swift. YTF, do I always see this MF in someone's mentions saying something freaking stupid?" And honestly, I think it's understating it by saying, that was a bit of an overreaction. Like, come on, really? He's just trying to enjoy himself. He's just tweeting. Yeah, this person really is not a big fan of Tommyinnit. And I assume that this is what happens when you have like two different groups of stan Twitter meeting each other and clashing because like, oh, your creator shouldn't interact with my creator, I love that creator, and then the creators don't care because they are both millionaires off these interactions. There was also this tweet from another pop stan account: why are his DMs closed? I want to send him an what? I wonder what that word is hidden behind those symbols. That's another thing that I see a lot of stans do, hiding bad words behind symbols so they can't get in trouble. But yeah, nobody's fooled by what they're doing. So that's two groups of people who Tommy has already managed to get on the nerves of in the past couple days. You know, how could he do worse than this? Granted, he does find himself in like sort of slight controversy every now and again, but how are you seriously gonna get worse than someone like this with this profile picture saying that they want to send you threats? Well, he did actually say something which, to be honest, was just kind of weird. Like, there's nothing I could even say to defend it. He did just say something kind of weird and kind of uncomfortable on stream. So for a bit of context, as you know, Tommy and Tubbo have been meeting up recently. They've been making content together. They actually did a Q&A together. And if you looked on Twitter on trending, you could see the hashtag for it was trending for a while. You know, it was a pretty big deal within the Minecraft YouTube community. But Tommy on stream with Tubbo apparently doesn't have as much of a filter as he usually has with his audience and kind of forgets the kind of things that he's just saying out loud. So Tommy and Tubbo were just answering questions on stream as they anticipated and, you know, reading the chat, interacting with the chat because it was a just chatting stream. And then out of nowhere, Tommy came out with something kind of weird. I'll just play the clip in full and I'll let you guys decide what the hell he even meant when he said this, because Lord knows I do not understand.
Like men. I like girls. Hate men. I get lesbians. This isn't a joke. I love them and I understand them.
No jokes.
What's not a joke?
Okay.
It's true. I do. I get it. I resonate.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I get them, and I don't know. I feel, you know, I don't get a lot of people, but I'm on the same wavelength as them. We've got.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is the same as his jokes about like how much he loves women, right? Because he says that all the time. That's kind of his brand. That's the kind of weird, oh, I love girls, women. That's his humor. But this clip, kind of weird that he just out of nowhere brought lesbians into it, I guess. Honestly, I feel like it's just a joke that didn't really land and made it kind of uncomfortable for him and Tubbo. Thank God Tubbo didn't go down that line of questioning and ask him more. Otherwise, this could have been a really big mess. So far, I've only seen tweets like, you don't freaking get me, stay away from me and other lesbians, weirdo. Fair enough. He probably doesn't. Like, he definitely doesn't understand what it's like. But yeah, thankfully he had Tubbo there to sort of curb his enthusiasm about lesbians, apparently, I guess is his new thing. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, comment down below just Tubbo. Comment Tubbo to let me know that you watched all the way to this part of the video, and leave a like if you enjoyed, and watch one of the videos on screen, because I promise if you enjoyed this one, you'll like that one too. And if you didn't like it, then it's not my fault, it's your fault. Anyway, thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.